What is up guys, Vortex TCG here, and today I'm going to be showcasing you probably the most anticipated deck profile on the channel so far. You guys really liked it when I covered this deck originally. A lot of you gave a lot of criticism about the deck and their views of the deck themselves, and today I'm happy to showcase my Justimon deck profile for BT11. BT11 provides us with a lot more tools for Justimon, such as the new Justimon form, and also something that probably wasn't meant for the deck but works very well in Mamemon. And if you are looking forward to this deck profile, please do support the channel in any way you can by liking and subscribing to the channel, and even just commenting. It helps the channel quite a lot. But I won't hold you back any longer. Let's get straight into the Justimon deck profile for BT11. And so let's get into this deck profile, starting off with the eggs. And there's going to be a theme that goes on with this deck, and it's consistency. So we start off with the 4 eggs, and that is Pagumon. Yes, I am aware that the Hopmon from EX2 allows you to get an additional 1k DP, which in some cases allows you to activate a certain card's effect a lot more easier. But for me, the consistency that Pagumon provides is something that you just can't miss out on. It's the best black Digitimer for a reason, and so it's the one we play. And so let's get straight into the level 3 lineup. Might sound a little bit familiar, but we play the 4 Sunrisermon. This is probably one of Black's best level 3s, one of generic level 3s. The good thing about Justimon is that it's very open-ended. There isn't like a lot of the Digimon in a single line. It's just one line essentially. So we have a lot of slots to play cards like this. And as this is a deck that gets over 13k DP regularly, the additional security attack +1 allows you to go for bigger swing turns, and the piercing also works out very well because we're going to be swinging into things as well potentially, especially if they're suspended, which isn't really a surprise, but here we are. Then we get onto the 4 Monodramon. I know people don't like this card, but I think this is probably one of the best rookies that you can have in this deck. The fact that you get to reveal top 4 cards and then add all the tamers among them is very important, because sometimes, even though we are playing a high amount of rookies in this deck, sometimes we just can't find them. So playing the 4 of this helps us find those those tamers that we need. And then to finish off the line, we play 4 Hagurumon. There's going to be definitely times in the game where you're going to be able to trash a card to draw 2, and that is very important. More consistency is always good, especially when you're going for like these massive OTK turns regularly. So we play the 4 Hagurumon for consistency, and that is all the rookies. Let's get on to the champions. We start off with 4 Strike-Dramon. Again, the additional search of a tamer is very important. This one's a bit weaker. It only adds 1 from the top 4. However, the main reason why we play this card is because it gains us a memory if we swing with 2 black tamers in play. This actually comes up quite a lot, especially on your OTK turns, because what you tend to do is that you Digivolve into another Justimon for 1. So this basically covers that Digievolution cost. So we play 4 of it to cover it. And also the consistency is very good. Then we play 4 Tankmon. For me, Tankmon is probably one of the better 4s in this list, just due to the fact that it costs 1 to Digivolve into. One of the things that this deck struggles with is the fact that sometimes it will take like 2 turns to get into like a stack. What I want to do is get like 1 full turn into a stack, and this has the actual double benefit of being a cyborg, so you can trash it with the Hagurumons, and there's also a 6k, which is pretty decent for this deck, quite honestly. So we play 4 of those, and then we play 2 Guardramon. Now I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking this triggers multiple times, why are you not playing more of this? And the reason why is because we don't want to trash all the stuff, let's make that clear, right? The blocker is pretty good, the trash one to draw 2 is also pretty good, but it's not something that you need constantly, so we only play 2 of it. You could probably try and mess the ratios up a little bit here by going into 4 Guardian and then maybe 2 tank, but in my testing the 2 Guardian is more than enough, so we only play the 2 of them. And that is the champion lineup. Now we go into our ultimates. Of course we have our 4 Cyberdramon. This card has a lot of things going for it. It has 10k DP, which is really good. It has the downside is that if you don't have a tamer in play, you can't attack players, but you can still attack Digimon, which is still important to note. And then the main thing, obviously, you get to play a tamer for free, Rio. So you play this, you get additional consistency, probably finding one of the final pieces that you're looking for. And yeah, it's pretty good. The inheritable is also really good as well. The Digivolve if you have 2 or more black tamers in play. The reason why this is important is because certain cards like you know, things like Armor Purge, but also just lowering like from a 5 to a 4, level 5 to level 4 is also really important, because then it becomes most of the time in deletion range with Justimon Blitzarm. So we play 4 of this. It's quite honestly the best, and the alt art's pretty nice as well, so that's a bonus. We then get onto the free Mamemon. Now, when I was originally playing this deck, I was running 4 of these, but we do already a lot of searching on our deck for tamers, so I thought lowering this down to 3 is pretty good. It basically is one of the newer cards from BT11, which allows you to reveal the top 5 cards on play or when digivolving, which is actually quite important sometimes. And then you get to play a black tamer, or not black tamer, just a tamer card that costs 4 or less among them without paying its memory cost. So essentially, this can potentially extend your plays from a level 5 to a level 6, because this can get your Izzy Azumi, but also it can provide the other ones like Kazu and Rio, which are all very important. This card has a lot of flexibility, so you can potentially play other tamers in your deck. So there's like a green list, so you could play like a green variant of this as well. But for me, I'm more than happy with just playing 3 of these because it's a good card. The inheritable does nothing essentially, but seeing this card is pretty good sometimes. So we play 7 ultimates. Now we get onto probably, I think people are going to have problems with these ratios, quite frankly. But we get onto the Megas, and we're playing 4 Justimon Blitzarm. I know a lot of people are cutting this down to 3 and then playing the other ones at around 2 to 3. But for me, we need to find this card all the time, because this is the card that really enables your OTK turns. This is the one that allows you to unsuspend, gain DP, or delete a 5 cost. For me, my playstyle, I actually tend to use the delete the 5 cost or less Digimon quite often, even when I've only got like 2 tamers in play, because controlling the board, especially as a deck that's going to be behind quite often anyways, is very important. So this card is really good and you definitely want to see it the most. Then we get onto the new BT11 Justimon Excel Arm. This is the one that you want to go in the most for your OTK tones, I'd say, but it doesn't really matter as much. They both provide different utility. So you can digivolve this from a Justimon for 1, and then if you return the Blitzarm or another Justimon, you gain Security Attack +1 and Piercing. So what you tend to do is you swing with the Blitzarm, then unsuspend itself, then go into the Excel Arm, swing, then use the other Excel Arm effect, which allows you to, if you have a tamer in play, you can digivolve into a Justimon other than Excel Arm for the cost of 2. So then you go back into the Blitz Arm and continue your swing turns. So This happens with the other one as well, but yeah, you want to see this most if you want to do an OTK turn. If you want to control the board, however, we play 2 Critical Arm. Critical Arm is the exact same effect of if you swing, you can Digivolve into another Justimon, but this one is that it allows you to, if you return a Justimon from your Digievolution sources to your hand, you can then delete a Digimon with a play cost of 7 or 9 or less. So it gets rid of a lot of level 5s, and that's pretty good, to be fair. So we play 2 of this just as another controlling tool. What we're really doing here though is we just want these names just so we can cycle back into the Blitz arm to continue our OTK. So you could probably mess these ratios up a little bit more, maybe you play more Excel arms, but for me, playing 2 of each is perfectly fine because I feel like there's equal times where I want the Critical Arm and the Excel arm. And that is the Mega lineup. Let's get on to the Tamers, and I'm sure people are going to get annoyed about this one. It's 4 Ryo Akiyama. For me, like I said at the start, I want consistency in my deck. And this card provides a lot more consistency. Also, it provides a huge bonus when you play it with the Cyberdramon, obviously. So it allows you to add a Drummon or a Justimon from the top 4 cards, and when you swing you also get an additional 1k DP. This actually matters quite a lot because this allows you to potentially go up to like 12, 13k with your Cyberdramons, which basically is a level 6. So we play 4 of this, and it also enables the Cyberdramons a lot more. So yeah, I think it's no-brainer. I know people disagree with this, but it's how I works for me. Then we play 3 Kazu. We're obviously still playing a lot of Machine and Cyborgs, but you know, sometimes you just don't have it. A lot of the times when I've ended on a board, we don't have we have the Strike Dramon in Raising, or we have, you know, something else that isn't the Cyborg essentially. Especially with the new Mamimon. The Mamimon is obviously not a Cyborg or a Machine, so this doesn't benefit from it. So I only play 3 of it in that regard. It still allows you to cycle because when you're going to be swinging, you're going to be in a Machine or a Cyborg most of the time. So we play 3 of this. And to round off our Tamers, we play 2 Izuyazumi, the best black set to free tamer we have essentially, because it costs 3 to play. There's nothing in this deck that has a different color, so this is a play cost of 3 set to free card. And the reorganization of the top 3 cards is actually very important. Allows you to find your combo pieces in the top 3 if there are some. So we play 2 of it. And then the only option that we play is not Justice Kick, it's 4 Black Memory Boost. There's a lot of reason why we play the 4 Black Memory Boost. The searching, obviously very important, but the actual crazy thing about this card is that obviously you gain 2 memory. What's really nice is that the gain 2 memory ends up working out very well in our stacks to try and OTK, because we have to Digivolve back into a Justimon for 2, so we can continue our OTK turn. So this basically is an additional 2 swings, and you're able to get a lot more going. And if you hit into security, it's pretty good as well. So we play 4 of it, and yeah, I can't imagine cutting this card anytime soon, quite frankly. And that has been my Justimon deck profile. One of the things that I strive for in this deck list, as you might have heard from the commentary about certain cards, is that I want it to be consistent. And with this build, I finally got it to a point where I feel like it is very, very consistent. So if you enjoyed this deck profile, again, please do like and subscribe to the channel. And I'm uploading every other day, so please check out the videos that appear here while I fade out. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.